Hello, welcome to Talk Ever After.
We are back.
We keep taking gaps, but now summer in the city is over. We should be back weekly, every Sunday.
We have no excuses not to be here now.
If we're not here, hound us down on Twitter.
Yeah, pretty much. Today we're talking about how expensive Disney is. Basically because we wanted to take a trip after City was over with. That's Tom's event.
And we kind of settled we were like, okay, Disney will be a nice relaxing trip, so let's pick a Disney park.
And we were thinking about Paris, because Paris is closer, so it's cheaper to get to Paris.
It's been so long since we went to Paris.
But the thing that tips it over the edge for us is we don't already have our annual passes.
And we do for Orlando. To cut to the chase, we booked a trip to Orlando. We're going to be going for Mickey's Not So Scary, and
let us know what to dress as.
Yeah.
You can dress up.
And it's gonna be kind of like the anniversary video for Dorky Ever After, because our first video on Dorky was us preparing for Mickey's Not So Scary last year.
It was. Last year we went as wilderness explorers. You guys helped us pick the costumes.
Cute couple suggestions, costumes, comments down below, and we'll pick one and do it. But let's talk about prices.
Yeah, to start out, we are in the UK, so we're basing this off of a person traveling from the UK. Paris would be the one that we kind of live by, where it can cost anywhere from £40 to £100 for us to get to Paris. But again, the hotel brings it almost up to the cost for like a week-long trip there as Orlando. Flights to Orlando can cost anywhere from like £300 to £600, depending on when you're buying it.
And hotel accommodation when you're going to Orlando, let's say for a 7-day trip, can cost around £400 to £500.
Disney hotel, double price. Also, the Orlando parks and America, food does tend to be cheaper to an extent. If you're eating at the Disney restaurants and Disney dining, it can cost you like $60 a person.
LA is, for us, the most expensive Anaheim to go to.
And the flight is longer.
Yeah. So Anaheim, you fly into LAX from the UK, you have to get a car or some transportation down to Anaheim, then accommodation around Anaheim, which tends to be surprisingly expensive. And then of course you have Anaheim, which is a great park, but the ticket prices and annual pass prices,
they've gone up. It all comes down to personal preference though, and what you're wanting to spend on the trip as well. Because you can't do it on a budget. For example, in Orlando, there are certain places you can go to kind of cheat the system a little bit to get cheaper food.
If you guys are interested in some food hacks or price hacks for Disney World, let us know in the comments down below, because if Jamie Joe is price food wizard when it comes to Florida and has so many amazing hacks for little restaurants. And
going on to another part of the world, Tokyo.
I kept dying to go back to Tokyo so bad.
So good.
It was such, we need to go, we want nothing more to go out there.
Really expensive.
Flights to Tokyo from the UK, direct or with one stop, can range anywhere from £600 up to £1,000 upwards per person.
It is pricey to stay in Tokyo though. Also, if you're going to Japan, you won't necessarily do Disney the whole time. You'll probably do the Disney parks, probably the 2-day ticket, really. Tokyo
has a thing where you can only buy up to 4-day ticket. You can of course buy multiple day tickets, but there's no 7-day saver.
There's so much to do in Tokyo outside of Disney that in Japan in general. So that trip, it automatically becomes kind of more pricey. Yeah. Because you've gone all the way there and you want to do more. There's the Kirby Cafe.
Yeah, and Pokemon Cafe, Pokemon. So for a complete nerd like us in Tokyo, a Disney trip to Tokyo becomes so much more than just a Disney trip. So in terms of value within the parks, and again, we're going to take away Shanghai and Hong Kong because we have no experience.
Very sorry.
Shh.
We'll go there one day.
To step away from that whole thing of the value of the whole trip, the value of your actual time in the park for a 4-day ticket.
Yeah.
I would say Tokyo is the best.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Even though it's not the best for a trip.
Overall trip, it just costs a bit more.
Because the ticket prices are really good value for Disney Tokyo. The food there is not crazy expensive, and also it's
cute.
All so themed.
It's so nice, it's so good.
It actually is Disney food, and they're phenomenal shows, the merchandise is a lot cheaper there.
The parks are cool.
So I'd say value-wise, Tokyo.
It's the best value one. Paris, I will say it's expensive. Everyone goes to McDonald's there because that's the most affordable. The tickets aren't that bad to buy. As far as in the park stuff, I think the merchandise is pretty much on par with the US, if not a bit more pricey. And the food.
And Paris is kind of in a bubble, because where you are, you have the Disney Village, you have the 2 Disney parks, and beyond that, to go get anything else, you kind of have to go to shopping centres or shopping malls or a bit further afield.
That being said, I do enjoy Disneyland Paris.
Oh, it's really good.
It's got the best castle in my opinion because you got the dragon underneath it, so it's definitely worth taking a trip to.
In Florida, you have magic bands. No other park in the world has magic bands.
Oh yeah.
The magic bands,
nice.
like, I feel add to the value of your experience so much because you can get to the park, you can click the photos on the magic band.
You can schedule your whole trip ahead of time.
It's just the system in Florida. I feel is the thing that puts it above the others in terms of the actual value because you get this whole system for free. Whereas in Anaheim, to get that system, you have to pay $10 per day to book Fast Pass in advance and to get your free photos. Whereas Florida, Fast Pass is free. Orlando, you have 4 parks, plus the water parks and more. You have Disney Springs, you have a bus system that goes between all the parks. You don't have to drive or take Ubers between them.
They have a nice array of like affordable food and other things.
Yeah.
And also, you're allowed to bring your own food in. When you add up the flights and the fact that we already have our annual pass and stuff, and I'm American and I do want to go back to America, Disney just happens to be the cheapest trip we can do back to America. Yeah. That's kind of fun.
You'll often see us in the Florida parks or in the USA, but often it's also to get this one a little taste of home when she's getting a little bit like America sick.
It's not very often that happens.
No.
Because I do love the UK and I love living in the UK. But there's something like cornbread. I do like cornbread. So in terms of just the Disneyland parks, best value to least best value. So you got Tokyo, then you've got Paris.
Then you've got Orlando.
And then you've got Anaheim. And then you've got Shanghai and Hong Kong.
Which we don't know where they sit because we've not been to those parts and we're not educated. We can look it up, but like I feel that we'd look it up and look up the wrong things.
Including flights and hotels and the rest of the trip.
It flips around!
Yeah, it does. Tokyo again.
Tokyo goes from being the least expensive, just value, just part of the most expensive.
But also, you're going to want to spend a ton of money in Tokyo regardless.
Then the next one from Tokyo is Anaheim.
Yeah.
So Anaheim is very much like you go into LA, you've got California, you've got hotel, you've got like this bubble. It's expensive.
Orlando and Paris kind of tie.
And this is where it's hard for us, and this is where like we struggle to work out an actual, what is the best value park? Because coming from the UK, Paris is not the cheapest park.
No, even being here, it's not the cheapest. So I can't imagine like US and stuff. I think it depends on how long the trip is as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing a week in Paris, in just Paris, it's a city, it gets pricey. It's like staying a week in London. Like it's just pricey.
Whereas with like Disney World, you can, I would argue, do a week a lot easier because you have the 4 parks, you can split it up, you can balance it out, cheaper, and also the park tickets. There's more value in them as a park. It's all circumstantial. We're going to do an upcoming video soon if you guys want to see where we're going to talk more about when we went to Tokyo earlier this year, our tips, what we learned, and also what we're excited for that's coming for Tokyo because that's a whole video in itself.
Oh yeah, there's so much coming to Tokyo.
If you'd be interested in like a video where we will geek out about what's coming for parks, let us know because Tokyo is about to get some really cool things. It's going to be so really cool.
Tokyo's amazing. I think it's just because the parks are so cool. Disneyland Sea, I just can't get over Disneyland Sea.
And also, we've set up a Patreon because a few people have asked us about PO boxes and how they can send things supporting us.
Yeah.
We kind of spoke and decided that a Patreon would be the best way to do it. We've always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with setting up a Patreon between ourselves.
Yeah.
And we agreed that Dorky would be the channel to do it for.
And one of the projects that we have lined up and we are doing right now is recreating Disney baking and Disney treats from the park. But things like Patreon will help buy the ingredients to make the video.
So that's it, we got a Patreon now. Finally, link down below. We might open a PO box on the back of opening Patreon as well. You never know.
Also merch.
Also merch. We got some merch plans. Well, Jamie has some cool merch plans.
Yeah.
And some cool things, and there's some cool tech bits I planned. So basically, we've got a lot of really cool things we want to do with Dorky. And so Patreon link down below, Discord link down below. Subscribe because we're really cool.
And not really, but we're here, we exist. Yes,
and
we do.
Head over to Jamie's channel after this and go on her latest video, give it a watch, and leave a comment so we know you've gone from there saying, Dorky ever after sent me. Tell me Jamie sent me here, please. It's gonna be hilarious.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your everything. And you're lovely. And we love you.
And we'll see you guys very soon.
This is my favorite thing I've gotten from Orlando. And I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, like, so...
It's really cool, isn't it? It's a pizza pizza.
And I also want to comment on this, like, because we've commented on Tokyo merch. We went to Tokyo and we were blown away by all the merchandise this year. It was so good.
It's so good.
But since going to Tokyo, so many things that have been to Tokyo have started coming to Orlando. So
that is true.
I got my Donald Duck ears, and the day I wore them around the park, They suddenly released them the next day.
Yeah, we were kind of worried that you wore them and then someone went, oh crap, they're supposed to be on sale. And then
Yeah, they've also had some of the headbands going on sale and the sully ears that we saw in Tokyo. And like now, this isn't from Tokyo, but man, Disney World is finally starting to get some really good merchandise.
I just miss Tokyo.
Yeah, me too. Pies.
Bye.
We were debating whether we're going to do the buys. It's not for this channel. I am the Terminator. Bomb.
It's like a pillow fight. It actually is.
I am, on my torso, pizza shaped.